Okay, we should be nice, ready and good to go. New Rise of the Beast event with the new Cardinal Saint available. Now, if only I was able to remember what to actually need in order to uncap them. Hello game and welcome, how are things going? Okay, first thing first, uncap for the new weapon, which is going to take 10 of these horns. If I remember correctly, these were just Shangxian drops. Good, pity for Yinling Dan, so now Granblue. Did you get her? Because if you did, congrats. If you don't, fingers crossed, because her banner looks like it's going to last a little bit longer than usual. Okay, there's been an update to the loot, just the Peridot added as the possible weapon to uncap. And something more for the Cardinal Saint you pay. But again, this is only for Ami. She's good for the Yugo raid. I've seen she has a lot of debuffs and a lot of multi-hits, which are generally pretty damn good mechanics all around. The Yugo raid is also something that you won't really be farming all that much. So she better have some extra utility until after the Yggdrasil raid is over. EX pluses we can just keep saving. So can I get a bit of a preview? Obtain the weapon, upgrade the weapon to level 200, use the Master S you pay to clear the Fate episodes. So no, we're just going to need the things there. The little horns. Skill-wise, rending shot, win damage to a foe, hit to win defense stackable, that's fine. 10 hit, win damage to random foes, based on the highest debuff count among all foes, the hit number increases up to 20. And Wind has had nice access to a lot of supplemented damage, that's really nice. Third skill, Azure Tornado, there is debuffs to all foes. I get the feeling that all this stuff is just the preliminary one though. So you know that as you clear more and more Fate episodes, all these skills keep getting improved. If this is baseline, there's a little bit of room for growth. And also we don't even know what the charge attack does. Let's see, Maniacs are cleared, let's start stacking up some of the extreme pluses and most importantly, Shangxians. The auto control there is just to put the little link on F6. Alright, this is for one button. I got in with the wrong team. There we go. Cut to cooldown in space form. Oh, the charge attack effect. I don't know, if it's just debuff and a single skill that does multi-hits, it's really not all that impressive. Yes, especially for the harder and longer fights, you usually want some sustain, or you want delays dispels, maybe some more stuff like dispel cancels to help the team. You know, some debuffs and some multi-hits might not quite cut it. So we'll have to wait and see what the upgrades are going to bring. And hopefully that's not going to take too long. Because last time I think we went on a pretty perfect streak. Since once we got the character, we were able to basically just play through the Fate episodes while farming for the next step. And the Fate episode just kept coming. I think like 2 hours, 3 hours, we were basically done with this. Also, hello John, welcome. How are things going? Guess I'm a little late. Well, no, not really, we just started. Still just only hitting the very early raids to start stacking up badges. Lantern and her weapon in 30 pools. Jesus Christ, dude. Leave a little luck around for the others. No, Lantern I don't think I'll pull for. I missed out on the ice damage dealer. I think I might want to go grab her once she comes back around, which might be towards the end of this version. If they do what they've done for Stardust DPS. I don't remember her name at the moment. Hello Vincent, welcome. How are things going? Could you really be saying that? I get lucky about as often as I get unlucky. Like, the fact that you see me get lucky more often is just because when I get unlucky I don't talk about it. Let's check out Grind. Yeah, she was released today. I want to get her as soon as possible. Mostly just to get her out of the way, so I know that the next content I'll need to be working on for Granblue Fantasy is going to be just the Dark Unit and Fight preparation. And after the Dark Unit and Fight preparation, it's going to be just Agastya. I need to farm a crap ton of Agastya because I never really did, and apparently up to 4 of those weapons at MK2 are usable. If I'm lucky, in a couple of weeks I might get 2 up. I don't think I'll go up to 4 completely, but yeah, that's likely going to be the pre-Unite and Fight goal. Not to mention, I'm still biding my time when it comes to spending the 150 gold moons on an Eresh. I'm still a little bit torn between the Eresh, Yatima, and if I keep waiting and the 15th comes by and they actually release Grand Orologia, there's a very big chance that I might say screw everything and just spend 150 gold moons to Zero Tix Orologia. That's something that's honestly scaring me a little bit. Summer is almost upon us. What are you guys wishing for? That's really difficult to say, because even last year they promised they would go a little bit easier on us during the summer, since they removed the end of summer banner that had all the limiteds on Rate Up and Sparkable. They said that they would be releasing fewer summer limiteds, but they didn't really keep up to their words. They ended up releasing more summer limiteds compared to the year before. If they continue like this, we might actually get like 13 to 14 summer units this year. And that's honestly a lot. Hi post, hey Cheshire, welcome. How are things going? Like 2 were already released, and I kind of needed to get Yukata de la File, but if they do what they've done last year, Yukata de la File is going to be on rate up and sparkable at the end of summer. Both her and I think it was Elmot. I don't actually remember who she was released with. I think it was Yukata Elmot too. But yeah, as long as they give out the 120 limited time ticket like they've done last year, those 2 might actually be quite easy to get. Problem is going to be the other summer releases. I hope I can get Galleon on the summer banner. What about you guys? I don't know, I have a very long wish list at this point. And if they really release Grand Orologia, pretty sure I'm not going to be able to spark her right away, so I'm likely going to have to wait until the end of summer. The wishlist for that end of summer spark is going to be pretty damn long, but if Orologia comes in with both the Exalto weapon as well as the extra skill boost in her passives, yeah, that's going to be a must pick. Summer Orologia? Oh no, it's not going to be summer, it's going to be a Grand Orologia and she's going to be coming out in around 10 days. Heavy rain in the afternoon with a heat spike. Tonight it's Silent Hill level spooky green fog. Try and be careful around there, because especially when people are not used to driving in those conditions, the road can get very, very dangerous. I wonder if her art changes based on MC's gender. Yeah, that's something we're just going to have to wait and see. Yes, I'm not sure how they're going to manage that. Either it changes based on MC's gender, or they're going to give Orologia the same button, the same gender button that MC has, so that you can pick the skin that you like the most. It's kind of unconfirmed, but yeah, I think we will get Grand Orologia. People have been speculating about Grand Orologia mostly because the NU is going to rerun right before the Flash Fest, but she is not guaranteed to be released. Again, the other characters are all angels. There is still a chance that they're going to release a Grand Serial. Bro behind you looks like a head bun. You look like a discount Otome game character. Leave the little crow alone, come on. Imagine the disappointment if Orologia is only the canon male one. Was it canon though? I'm not sure, because when Orologia came out, a lot of the canon started shifting. Because most of what Orologia did was try out different realities, so who knows what's canon anymore. Not to mention, they basically confirmed that the game story is based off of a lot of different timelines. So canon, well, everything is canon at this point. Hell, in one of the realities, MC got canonically married to Katura. And they are somehow still alive. When Clarice, Nier, Anthuria, they might have something to say about that marriage. Marrying Europa and Katura. Oh, right, Europa as well. Zeus promised MC Europa's hand in marriage. Orologia will be Exalto. We don't know who the Exalto character is going to be. There are some speculation that it's going to be Orologia, just because she's going to be coming out before the... just because we're having the NU rerun before the Flash Fest. But it's a possibility. Again, all of the other Exalto characters have been the Archangels, so it's also still likely that they're going to rerun NU, but maybe just release the character as a non-limited one, while the Exalto spot for Dark is going to be given to Dark Sariel. Another reason why people are saying that it might be Orologia is because Dark in 10 years has never gotten a single male Grand, and they might want to keep this thing going. Sandalphon is the right Exalto, yep. That could have gone to him, that could have gone to Lucio, to a possible Lucifer released, as well as... No, that's basically it. Like, the other option would have been Metatron, because there really wasn't a Light Archangel. For Dark, we have one though, and that's Sariel. Some people are also gone a little bit crazy, speculating it might be a Lucifer. Not Lucifer. I hate these names, sorry. Lucilius. They might release a fantasy Lucilius as a Dark Grand with the Exalto skill. If not a Grand Lucilius, it might be a Grand Belial as the Exalto character. What if all alternate events are canon, the one where Gran and Gita were childhood friends? And from here I know that you don't read the events, because the childhood friend event was just a dream. At the end of that thing, MC woke up. Okay, 64 Zook badges, we are halfway there. I wonder how many people are going to ring Belial, me included, because he's one of my mains in the fighting game. Yeah, sadly he has a few too many simps around. But I do get the feeling that Belial is going to be one of those break glass in case of emergency type characters. So if he ever gets released as a playable unit, we might see him being released to give more life to the game in around 2 to 3 years. We need another major Silius event again. The last event kind of hinted to that as well, with the Phoenix. But since it's linked to the anniversary, we're likely just going to see something related to that in the next one. So earliest hints we're going to get at another Silius appearance is going to be through the winter live stream. Phoenix, goddammit Phoenix! Just so triggering. Yeah, at the end of the Heart of the Sun event, Phoenix just pissed off from this reality and started traveling through the multiverse towards another dimension or something like that. And while she was leaving, there was Lucilius trapped in space, in orbit, basically. Fire Zeta, Light Sandalphon with Kaguya, those are the weapons though. And yeah, those weapons with the Exalto were released after the Archangels, which is why they were not linked. But yeah, after Sandalphon, and especially because there's the United fight coming, at this point we're just waiting for the Dark Exalto, both weapon and character for Dark. Oh good, people have shown the full kit of Amy, looks interesting even if she has a 20% HP penalty. Why are they giving her a debuff? Like, surely it's not just because of the 12 debuff on the same button. Yeah, but that's a bit relative. Especially if she doesn't really have other passives to capitalize on that. She can trigger her skill 1 if the monster has a lot of debuffs. Now that is starting to make a lot more sense. Like 3 nukes at the end of the turn based on the number of debuffs, that's a lot better than just having to use skills on cooldown. Oh, I think I farmed a bit too many. 180 Zook badges. Can move on to Juanhu. Because I'm pretty sure 10 mats, 13 hosts are not going to be enough for 10 mats. Also, thank God everything is now stackable. By the way, why isn't the charge bar 100% if you receive 2 one-long summon? The 100% charge bar is only for the Eternals, it's not for MC. So this is 3 chain, because the Eternal goes first. And hopefully the grid is going to be fine. I've been farming a little bit of the Magna tree in preparation for this thing, but I'm afraid I haven't been getting any luck when it comes to the guns. I can do 2, 2, and 2, but I'm kind of stuck there. Yeah, that extra 10% also used to be very important for the Guild War OTK on the EX Pluses. Now it looks like the meta has shifted a little bit, because especially with Magna 3 grids, it should be possible to go down to either a 2 chain, always with the Eternals, or to do something with the Echo chain. Because even one button with the Echo chain should be about as fast as trying to farm on a 3 chain. But that's a bit of a trade-off that comes between the lockout as well as the skill cast animation time. I wanted to suggest the Shikanoko Noko Koshtantan. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's cute, and I'm seeing it become a pretty nice meme. A lot of people are drawing more characters into that situation. But yeah, an hour of that might be a bit too brain rot. Oh cool, they updated the shop as well. Journey drops should be fine for 5 hours. And yeah, it doesn't look like they changed anything else in here. Notice the main first button is pay us, yeah, with the premium pass. This is honestly not all that bad, but it's like $10 a month, and it takes around 80 days for you to get an extra Sunstone. Only wanted the +1 attempt. Yeah, +1 attempt can be helpful, but then again, most of the raids you can just leech. I've never understand the Persona or Megami Tensei series. All I know, the MC character middle designs are amazing. I've got a little chip on my shoulder, someone tell me to play these games. And all I know about those is that they take a lot of inspiration from like demonic mythology. And that one of the games has a dick on a chariot. That is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in video games. The what? Yeah, either one of the monsters or one of the personas is basically a dick on a chariot. I'm not putting it up on screen. I think we test near ROTB as a woman. Aggressive Magna 3 makes me want to build Titan because I don't want to see her cry. Nah, she's one of those characters that don't really get bullied either. You go in and she just hands out the weapons that you need. Okay, we're back, but I don't see a preview yet, and the preview is fine. Fantastic. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. That's a bit heavy though, because usually when it's comes to terms of service stuff, especially when you play copyrighted material, the stream gets demonetized after the stream is over. Which is why I would much rather prefer that you guys link to video game soundtracks more than just possibly copyright other type of copyrighted materials. Because as long as it's video game soundtracks, those things can generally fly under the radar. I think it was the Persona song, I'm actually not sure, because the Content ID claim doesn't say that. And generally, it also takes a little bit to catch up on what's playing. So I don't know. Might have been the JP song, might have been the song with the red background. That is something I will only get to know once the stream is over, because then I will get the proper content ID claim. We need to know. Well, I guess once we're done, I'll post something on Discord. Because, yeah, we've been mostly fine doing the song requests like this. This is only the second time a blackout happens. Sega just shut down 230 games of theirs from a website with DMCAs though. Ooh, that's heavy. Especially when it comes to game preservation. But yeah, I know both Sega and Nintendo are doing something stupid like that. They literally don't want you to buy their older games either, because they don't have them available on any other platform. They're just taking down anywhere that's hosting them illegally. Buddy, there's no Sega and Nintendo. Remember, Nintendo owns them. Well, that too, but I'm not sure if the order came from Nintendo themselves. I think it's funny that people have been claiming that with the recent generation, Nintendo has been the only company without big controversies, while Nintendo basically has its foot on the neck of any content creator trying to make content about their games. The moment they see something they don't personally approve of, that's where the lawyers come out. YouTuber gets sued for playing the Mario OST illegally, that's sentenced to living in Britain for life. That cannot be a worse punishment. Can someone type what music delayed the stream? I'm afraid the queue is already gone in here as well. This doesn't go back, I don't really have access to it. Check the playlist, see if it lists it in here. This one should just be the core playlist. Yeah, no, this is all just Arknights, Punishing Grey Raven, Honkai Impact 3rd. And most of this stuff is fine. And we have the names of the Granblue and Biacco Cardinals. Oh, nice! Well, we have the names and we have the appearances. Now we just need to figure out what their personalities are. But that's going to take like another 4 months. Because the sooner Rise of the Beast is going to rerun is going to be 2 months from now. And then there's going to be another 2 months from this to the next one. To be found in the Emi Fate episode. Emi Fate episode I want to start as soon as possible, but we are 72 for Baihu, so we are halfway there done for this one too. And we just need 120 King-Long sigils after that. Why use the Cavalier class? No charge bar. No Cavalier class gives stamina. It's got a passive stamina at the battle start for everyone. But again, this is a bit of an outdated team. I only really used this to do 2 chains during events. If we wanted something more optimized, this is likely going to be either Crisol, maybe Mana Diver. Zimbabwean kid makes his own Switch from scratch. As soon as he connects to the Nintendo network, Miyamoto decides to detonate it to protect his IP. No dude, it's worse. Remember that guy who made the Mario game out of cardboard and paper? Yeah, that got a DMCA. They were infringing upon Nintendo's copyright with cardboard and paper. No way. Would you put it past the Nintendo lawyers? Poor kids being named as Mario or Luigi, pretty sure you cannot copyright that common of a name. Because again, Mario is the most common name in Italy, or at least it used to be. With Rossi being the most common surname. Also, Rossi quite literally translates to red. So yeah, Red Mario is basically the most common Italian name. Oh no, 8, come on, we're almost done. But where is the green Mario? I'm actually not sure where the name Luigi originated. But I'm pretty sure there's nowhere near as... No, that's not even a close second to the most common name in this country. Back. Hey, welcome back, Cheshire. My cousin's name is Mario. I'm going to scare him, say that Nintendo is after him. Nintendo lawyers are going to show up at his door with a new birth certificate with a different name on it. They decided on a new name themselves, and he's just going to have to sign it. What did I miss? I'm trying to check the cost of the stream delay. I was just been farming a little bit here and talk a bit about the Nintendo lawyers, basically DMCA in everything that even just mentions their own IPs. As for the stream delay, I'm going to check that after the stream is over. Okay, only King Lon missing. Can start the Fate episodes pretty damn soon. After looking up Metal Slug, it was apparently Marco Rossi, Pio Germi, also from Italy, Karma and Eri from Japan. I honestly thought that was a localization thing. I didn't think they would put actual Italians in Metal Slug. That makes it a lot better. Metal Slug has Italian names because of Axis, Italian, Japanese and a German teammates that end both American and Iraqis, that had American and Iraqis in the team. That was a really fun game series. I cannot even count the amount of quarters it took out of me back in the arcades. Should probably change these two characters down here, neither of them needs experience anymore. Yes, yeah, Laguna is one I got a little bit lucky with on the Sato banner. She might not be here. And then there's Sato herself. I was meaning to play with her a little bit, I still haven't gotten the opportunity to do so, sadly. Because she looks like a lot of fun. You got her, nice. Yeah, sadly no Mirin though. I went like 20 pulls on her banner, I managed to get her as well as Laguna. Hopefully once we start going back to the main wheel element unit and fights, we're going to start with the fire one. That's going to give me a bit more of an excuse to finish my fire Magna 3, as well as play with Sato during the unit and fight a bit more. Hoping I could get Grand Zeta before the next Fire Guild War. Well, we're getting one Guild War now in June. Closest Guild War is likely going to be in August. But who the hell wants to fight a Uraten fight in August? So we might have a bit of a break, have a Dread Barrage in August and a Uraten fight in September. And until September, yeah, there's plenty of time. We're also going to get the summer free draws, so fingers crossed, maybe you can get your Zeta from there. Finally gonna be a summer break in summer, dude, I would love to see it. See you later, lads. Gonna finish my work stuff. Hey, thanks for coming by and see you later. Knowing what Amy can do stacks for Yugu, no need for the Kenkyu no Sekada flashbacks. That was actually a little bit scary. No, thankfully we've been getting a ton more units being able to deal debuffs. So the Kenkyu no Sekada isn't really all that necessary. Nintendo. Dude, no. Don't post these things. Well, for the Paimon folder, I'm pretty sure it's not Nintendo that's going to come after it. Okay, 90 King Long Seals, almost done in here too, fantastic. Probably going to be the FBI. Well, that depends on whether the FBI considers Paimon to be a person or just emergency rations. Oh, by the way, you guys that have been grinding, how is the Shangxian situation? Are the raid joinable? Or do you guys need me to host them? What's Shangxian's situation? Usually whenever there's a new Rise of the Beast 3 run coming out, Shangxians are basically unjoinable by most people. Unless you live in JP and you have a very low ping, then yeah, that's a bit of a problem trying to farm that thing. That's also the reason why I basically stopped farming for skins the moment the changes were made in the raid list. Back when we had a tweet tag, it was way easier to get into Shangxians. Now, not so much. Still trying to wrap my head around how the song request command operates. I think it just does a YouTube search, unless you give it a proper link. So if you search something that's a little bit vague, it might be a bit more difficult to get what you are actually looking for. In rare cases, the horns won't drop because it's in the same pool as the damn it, they really did that. Yeah, that's going to be a big pain in the ass. Okay, 126, we're done with everything. And we can move on to farming Shangxians. And hope to get the first 10 horns we need. For this thing. Alright, I was in with the Grand Order high level. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, and this is likely going to go worse and worse when it comes to the next Rest of the Beasts too. Because you still need a chance to farm for the Fire Girls, so that's going to be 3 of these quote-unquote feathers in the pool next time. And it's going to be 4 once the 4th one releases. That's going to slow things down tremendously. That Katura's weapon CA? Yeah, that is. This was themed around her wedding dress skin, so I just went with the weapon as the main hand. The bar for farming unit plus you pay is honestly low. Oh yeah, no, that was great. Like, it's really easy to get them. Last time, again, we got the character and we maxed the character out by the time we were done finishing reading the Fate episodes. Main problem is that now we're getting multiple items that can drop, and I'm done with the feathers already. I don't need more. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that if they ever make those things purchasable in here, that's only going to be once we get all 4 of the characters out.
おとなしくしてもらおう。にする下げる。沈め。にする下げる。沈め。バカンスの邪魔とはいい度胸だ。
Okay, that's our first one already. Finally, between Link and Fa Zero was surprisingly hard. What mechanics did they add between the Fa and Fa Zero? Because as far as I know, that's like 2 fights, it's not just one.
おとなしくしてもらおう。にする下げる。沈め。にする下げる。沈め。
I'm stopped and the window between attacks is non-existent compared to normal Fa. So you need to be constantly dodging, or you basically get killed.
屋台巡りかい？もちろん付き合うよ。ここが私の限界ではないのだと知ることができて嬉しい。
I really wish they had the demo out for Relink so I could try and see if I could run it properly. Because I tried going the pirate route to see if I could run it before buying it, but apparently my pirate copy wasn't running. Game just refused to start. And I should be fine to play it. You know, my computer specs are just a little bit below the required minimum. But if I can run and play Wuthering Waves, which has the same required specs, I should be fine playing Relink as well. It's just that between that and a couple of unexpected situations, I just had to keep on waiting and waiting. Our link hubs are not optimized. Well, but if it's just the hubs, it's not even that big of an issue. Like having lower frame rate in the hubs is not really going to affect the overall game enjoyment. As long as the maps are fine, as long as the game runs fine during combat. For phase 0, the racist attack went from the most laughable to the most terrifying. It's only 4 players, why do they still keep the gopher? Gopher in the Mabaje was 1 dash, Gopher in Relink is multiple dashes. Patterns remain the same for each raid, but in 0 the same, but it's sped up and it's more dashes to attack. Oh god, what is this? Bruh. This is nightmare fuel. I'm sorry, that's just nightmare fuel. And yeah, imagine if you were used to fighting the normal route. Having to get used to different attack timing is going to be kind of difficult. Sandy and Vayne clear winners for phase 0. Oh yeah, because Vayne apparently has some shield, if I remember correctly. Come on, we're still stuck at 3 of these horns. They could have also done a really nice thing and add a few of them here in the pickup shop. Yeah, no, even for the small one. 4 out of 10. At least we already have everything else. 50 more for the max you pay. The max you pay, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Because once we start doing the Fate episodes, I can just mash this thing on the side. And at least last time, that was enough to go from Fate episode to Fate episode without too many interruptions. Hopefully it's going to stay the same here too, even though the drop rates are a little bit lower. Well, not really lower, just mixed in with the feathers from last time. The moment you get a free character that can reactively have Dispel ready after a buff and special omen, the game is going to go bonkers. They've been releasing a few of those already. Not completely free though. Also, not to mention, whenever they're going to release one of those characters, they're just going to give bosses even more annoying stuff. Like last Dark Guild War, one of the saving graces of Dark teams were just Halwell and Malwell. Because once you got to 50%, the Guild War boss got like 5, 6, 7 buffs, and Halwell and Malwell would dispel 5 of them automatically. Cassius the most notable, yeah, but Cassius is no longer enough at this point. That's the issue. And this is also going to be the second Grandan fight in which we have a Magna 3 grid available. Honestly, that's quite scary. Because it's Dark Magna 3 plus Average Element, plus we are getting 2 new weapons as well as the Grandan fight scheme. Hopefully they're not going to delay that one anymore. So people might be going a little bit hard on this Guild War. Might be going a little bit more hard even compared to the last light one. And that makes things a lot more scary. Because I've been going above 3 billion honors per United fight. Last Guild War I did 3.6 billions. For this one I might have to go for 4. Yikes, man. Yeah, but that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was farming the Nightman 95 for 700 million honors and only getting a single weapon drop. That was the worst part. So this Guild War, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I might want to get like 20,000 meat and start farming the Nightman 90s as well. As it should be fairly easy, even to run on double Kaguya. Nightman 90 doesn't really have that much health. So something like Aresh plus double Kaguya should be able to clear that with basically 0 buttons. But that is going to raise the scores. Yeah, that's going to raise the qualifying scores so much. Yep, with Erish. Well, even without Erish, you can still just run the Onmyoji class. It's going to be 1 button instead of 0, but it's not going to be that much slower. Okay, 6 out of 10. Onmyoji can do that? Yeah, Onmyoji has a self-ignition. Oh, sorry, no, on the... Oh yeah, it works, because the Dark Opus for Dark is a katana, Onmyoji is also a katana class. Never mind. Hey boss, why are you not converting the silver feathers? I don't need to. My Cheek Phoenix is already fully maxed. Unless you mean that you can convert the feathers for horns. I mean, the gun's the new unique match for the gun. Oh no, I did that already. I just did that. I'm down to 0 again. Oh, that's the konbanwa. That's one Japanese guy that usually comes around and says hello. That's a very welcome thing, even though I don't really speak the language. If I remember correctly, the answer was something like Kochirakoso konbanwa. But sadly, that's the extent of my Japanese. Wait a second, where's the normal shop? Oh, treasure trade, there it is. Jesus, I almost missed it. Pretty sure we're not going to find anything for Rest of the Beasts. Why am I looking long? Yeah, I would love to see the trade from God Feathers to the God Horns. Sadly, that doesn't look like it's happening. Got shadowed by the paste button. Yeah, I don't know why they put it in there, like it's almost invisible, and this is one of the most important shops in the game. But yeah, sadly you can't trade one mat for the other, which sucks. By the way, post how's your reverse 1999? The plot of the game just event clearing, or does it actually have plot? Oh no, the game does actually have a plot, and it's a pretty interesting one too. Like, it's basically Doctor Who if it was well written in these years. As you play the role of the timekeeper, you have your very own little box that you get into that is bigger on the inside, and you basically travel through time to go collect these arcanists or mages to bring them to an association that's trying to figure out what the time reversal is, or at least what caused the time reversal. No, it's well written, it's well voice acted, the graphics are pretty damn interesting. It feels a little bit simple when it comes to the combat and the way the characters are built, the way the characters are designed. But I do like the fact that they pick from actual real-world story events to build the lore around them. The opening is a little bit light. The first parts of the main story is just trying to present who the who the timekeeper is and what she's doing. And you're basically just recruiting one arcanist that doesn't want to be recruited around the 60s. So the ambience, the music, the way the people are dressed, it's all inspired from the 60s. After that, the second mission is around the economic crash of the 40s, if I remember correct, either the 40s or the 30s. And then they move on a bit on the backstory of the association that they're working for, why the why the timekeeper is the way she is, why they gave her extra powers to basically be free and have her own judgment on things and how things are done in the association. And no, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. But yeah, the parallels with Doctor Who are kind of difficult to ignore. It's just that it feels like one of the earlier seasons, because there's still a little bit of soul into the writing. And I forgot on which Doctor was the picked Doctor Who series. That's a hard one. Yes, I did binge it a little bit. But the first Doctor I've seen, never really been a big fan of him. I think my favorite was the one that also ended up playing one of the evil characters in the Harry Potter movie. Not the Doctor that also appeared in Morbius. And definitely neither of the two quote-unquote new Doctors. 8 out of 10. Come on.
屋台巡りかい？
共同作業だね。
Grandi real once more. Hailey, welcome. Are things going? Nah, it's just Rise of the Beast though. Rise of the Beast is usually one of those chill, nice, and basically free events. If you can get it done with all of the Fate episodes for Amy as well, that's Rise of the Beast done in a single sitting too. You paid done? Hey, congrats! I'm still waiting for a couple of proper drops here. No, I need my new waifu now. Well, you might be in luck, because again, this is one of those events that are really fast to grind for. Come on, just one more. The 10 that farming more for level. Oh, I'm not stopping until I'm done. Actually needs to be fully maxed before I stop here. Might be a bit low on HP, which is why people aren't joining. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. And Horn. That's the last one I needed. "33 chalices, that's the level maxed, and while we're at it, skill levels too. There we go. Use the master unless you pay to clear the Fate episode. Why don't you let me pick it up? Alright, they might not have fixed this. That thing should have linked directly to the Fate episode list. Somehow it's linking to the pickup stuff. There we go, guided to meet here. Am I missing something? Let me clear inventory a second, because this is a bit weird. Uh, 128 out of 1... Oh, damn it. Well, it's just one at least. Wrong one. Oh, it's the... I thought they stopped at 120. I don't know why I stopped at 120. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's going to be easily rectified. But it's only this one, the others are stopping at 120. Yeah, it's 120 usually, I stopped at 120 for the others, the list is complete. King Long is the only one with 130 badges. Can't blame me when they are being inconsistent with the rewards. Well, we're going to need to farm these anyway. And that's the last two badges I was missing. Oh, now it links to the Fate episode, fantastic. Sancho and company have accepted a request to slay King Long, a stormy entity steeped in mystery, before its tempest and lightning cause any more damage. But upon arriving at the island where it dwells, the Eastern Solitary, they find themselves buffeted by winds so strong that they struggle to even stay on their feet.
おいおい、なんだよこの風。もしかしてこれも清流の絵。うわー、飛ばされ。リンさん、捕まってくだ。
We should expect it to go slowly back up to 200. It was 200 originally. Yeah, it was 200 before they added the Shangxian though. The new raid got the number down for everyone a little bit. A particularly powerful gust of wind catches Lyria off guard and she falls to the ground, pulling Viren with her.
ができたぐらいで。ああ、おいらも大丈夫だぜ。にしてもこれどうなってんだろうな。いつもより風や雷はひどいしよ。っていうか、そもそも清流のやつは何なんだよ。
I saying the best one. I don't know how they're going to
倒し
top
ても
that
倒
one.
しても蘇り上がるし、島だって移動してる
That was
しよ。
both a fun and a cute Fate episode. Dancho's crew has investigated the Eastern Solitary and defeated King Qinglong many times in the past. However, the beast never truly perishes, always reappearing on this windswept island and threatening the peace of the island it passes nearby.
実は私も少し気になってることが。
Panel was also funny. Island splitting forehead.
話は後だ。
Yeah, the rune feels a little bit anonymous compared to her. But we knew already from the fact that she was smirking in her main art. As if in response, a storm cloud gathers above their heads and starts to rain lightning down on them. The crew members attempt to defend themselves, but it's too late. Suddenly, a crossbow bolt is shot into the storm, serving as a lightning rod and diverting the deadly threat away. Good but disappointing. I mean, kit-wise maybe a little bit, but honestly I still kind of like it. We'll have to wait and see until something new comes out. I think mostly she's going to be useful for the United fight if anything. A second bolt comes flying and pierces Qinglong, sending it crashing to the ground. Already? We haven't even started, she's already defeated the dragon. The wind carries a woman's voice to Dancho's ears. Shortly afterward, a sea of crossbow bolts rains down on Qinglong. Dancho runs up to the beast while it's staggered and stabs it through the eye. Oh, poor thing.
What the... のか？
はい。清流の気配はもう。ってあれ？これは。
Not her kit, it's her personality, character design, development. I think it was fine on that regard. Like, she was deathly afraid of that thing and managed to work out her fears. Iria notices something on the ground where Qinglong has disappeared. Dancho picks it up and finds that it's a beautifully decorated ornament.
なんでしょう。少しだけ清流の力を感じるような。
This is not the first time we see something like this. I wonder if they're going to retread what they've done with the evokers, where every evoker you recruit for the first time, well, every evoker you recruit, it's treated as the first time that you recruit an evoker. The three Skyfarers realize that someone is standing behind them and quickly turn around. There, they see a lone woman holding a crossbow.
えっと
And we finally get to see her in a bit more detail compared to the preview art.
なんだよいきなりため息をついてよ。
私たち何か気に障ることしちゃいましたか？もしそうなら謝ります。だから睨まないでいただけると。
その武器は
Is that extreme social anxiety I feel?
雷からかばってくれたのは姉ちゃんなのか
I wonder if you will have the lines because you have done the first one. I'm still not sure what they're going to do with this. Because again, if they want to go by the recruitment time, either there's going to be some more lines that acknowledge the fact that we picked the first one up, or they're just going to do something new like what they've done with the Eternals and Evokers, where they completely ignore everyone else around you, and maybe only acknowledge it once the 5 stars are up, which is likely going to be either next year or in 2 years.
そうだけど、何か問題ある？
いえ、ありがとうございます。
For some reason, the woman silently stares at the group with an intense expression.
おいらたち何か姉ちゃんの気に障るようなことしたか？なんかすげえピリピリしてて怖えんだけどよ。
怖い。ならいい。
Good?
何個か聞きたいことがある。なぜ清流に？いや、後にする。ついてこい。
おいらたちをどこに連れて行くつもりだよ。
僕の家、怪我してるから手当てする。
怪我？ああ、風に煽られてこけた時にちょっとすりむいちまってたか。でもこの程度どうってことないぜ。
Also kind of funny that they got scratched when the wind pushed them over, but they didn't get scratched when fighting against King Long himself.
アミ、そう呼べばいい。
Ami takes the trio to her house where they probably introduce themselves to her, and she treats their injuries.
清流に挑んですり傷だけ。運がいい。だが、なぜ清流と戦う必要があった？
私たちあの島の調査と清流の討伐を依頼で請け負っていたんです。
The better fauna with your Nesan boys.
だが、軽率が過ぎる。僕が助けなければ危なかった。
What's this?
いや
She's got like green crystals in a bag too. I don't think those are the bolts that she fires.
そうだよな。おいらたちちょっと甘く考えてたっていうか、今度からは気をつけるようにするからよ。
That's vegetable, no?
だから
Looks more like rock.
何？
そうおっかねえ雰囲気で睨まれると、おいらもやっぱり怖えっていうか。
The other had something like that too.
少し考え事をして
Yeah,
た
but
だけだ。
her growth, let's just call it like that, were more close to her skin. They were not this exposed, or at least not protruding like this.
無言の圧。飯から。
Also, yeah, pretty sure she's got social anxiety because just talking about her glaring at us put her on a spot.
それはそのごめんなさい。
なんていうか、圧が強いっていうか、取り付く島もないっていうか、とにかく怖く感じるんだよな。それに姉ちゃんは目つきも鋭いし、ずっとオイラたちを怖い顔で睨んでるしよ。あと言葉もそっけないっていうか。
そうならいい。
For some reason, Amy puts on a conflicted expression that seems to convey both sadness and relief. Seeing it, Dancho, Virn, and Lyria look at each other and tilt their heads in confusion.
もしかしてですけど、私たちから怖がられようとしてるんですか？
言われてみれば。雰囲気や言葉は怖いけど、やってることはなんだかんだ優しいんだよな。
Another Vikala? I don't know, she doesn't really give Vikala vibes.
はい。それにさっきの言葉もよく聞けば私たちのことを心配してくれてただけみたいですし。
Three glance at each other and then simultaneously turn their eyes back on Ami. I get the feeling that she might just be trying to keep people away, since it's her job to take down Qinglong. Her job is pretty dangerous, and that's her way to try and protect people. But she's doing a horrible job at trying to scare us away. Especially with these reactions.
その反応、もしかして図星か？
何を言ってる。そんな無駄なことをする必要がどこにある。自分から怖がられようとするなんてどう考えてもナンセンスだろ。
She's not selling it. She's absolutely not selling it.
だってそんなのただ嫌われるだけだもん。ありえない。
Yeah, stutter a little bit more and you're getting a ring already.
いや、汗がすげえし、目が泳ぎまくってるぞ。
Amy suddenly turns away to hide her face.
やっぱり。
Yeah, that was social anxiety already. No, that was social anxiety, alright.
その勘違いしてごめんなさい。ずっと私たちのこと心配してくれたんですよね。
何を言ってるんだ。そう、さっきも言ったはずだ。そんなナンセンスなことをする理由がないって。全部お前たちの勘違いだ。だからそんな目で僕を見るのはやめろ。
Staring intensifies. Seeing Amy's reaction, the three Skyfarers have a sigh of relief tinged with amusement.
それにしても、あの清流は何だったんだろうな。どう考えても今までの清流とは別物だったしよ。
For some reason, Vir's statement makes Lyria look suspiciously at Amy.
なんだ。
アミさんは
Oh yeah, they're definitely ignoring what we've done last
関係があるん
time.
ですか？今までの清流は戦 っていてもぼんやりとした気配というか存在がすごく曖昧な感じがしたんです。でもアミさんが私たちを助けてくれた瞬間、
That's a little bit sad. I was hoping they would just build upon it instead of having a reset for every new
アミさんが
character.
近くにいるから強くなった。
So whenever we recruit a new one, we're still going to have to go through the entirety of the, oh, what is this item? Oh, it needs to house the soul of the Kinglong.
あ、悪い。とにかくアミが清流となんか関係あるってことか？
それはわかりません。でも無関係ではないと思います。そのアミさんからは清流と似たような気配がするんです。さっき清流が落としたこれと同じような気配が。
なんで君たちがそれを。
Ami looks surprised to see the ornament for a moment, but then a look of realization appears on her face.
いや、そうか。僕が手を出したからか。春、僕たち市政の家は少し変わった家系だ。そしてその家系に連なる者は体に支障、いや支障の主である王竜の力が宿る。
Oh, that's a bit of new law. Everyone in the lineage has some of their cardinal beast power, or rather, the power of the cardinal beast master, Huanglong, resided in them.
そしてその家系に連なる者は
And since these characters also bring another 10% boost to the Magna skills, pretty sure we are going to have to see the ones related to the Huanglong and Killing eventually. But that's also weird because they're called the 4 Saints, while they really should be 6.
それはどういう。
つけたぞ、簒奪者が。
Suddenly, several armed men break through the window and rush into the room. They're not going towards a happy ending. As soon as they see Amy, they attack her, flames of hatred burning in their eyes.
市政清流担当の亜美だ。よろしく頼む。
And that's our recruitment. I don't know, it feels a little bit weird. Rest is just going to be experience. Praying that this is enough. Amy begins to fire bolts from her crossbow at an unbelievable speed. Each and every one finds its target, piercing through the attacker's hands.
呆れを通り越して滑稽だな。僕にかなうわけがない。そんなこともわからないと。
引くぞ、偽りの当主。いや、簒奪者よ。その武器は必ず取り返す。それは真なる当主が持つべきもの、貴様が持つべきものではない。
Given those parting words, the men make a hurried escape.
本当にしつこいな。
今の何だったんだ？
お前たちには関係ない。
I have returned. Hey Andrew, welcome back.
さっき きの人たちか
We're
らも
also done farming. We just have to go through the Fate episodes while feeding her a little bit more experience.
そのアミさんに比べればすごく弱いですけど。
Faced with the mystery of Amy's situation and powers, the three aren't quite sure how to proceed.
知りたいなら話してもいい。だがお前たちが持ってる霊老杯との交換が条件だ。
霊老杯って何ですか？
お前たちが清流から手に入れたものだ。
Dancho shows Amy the ornament that they had picked up earlier.
そう、それだ。それでどうする？
There is a what is it at
清
least.
流を正式な方法で倒した証拠だ。これ以上は今は話せない。
Dancho thinks for a second, then hands Amy the Yupei.
どうしたんだよ、そんな驚いた顔してよ。
そんなに簡単に渡すとは思っていなくてな。それを物好きな人間に渡せば高値で買い取ってくれるはずだ。それでも僕に渡すのか？
お金が欲しくて手に入れたわけじゃないですから。その代わり。
Don't you really like the halving that they're going to
分か
add?
っている。約束を違えるつ
We
も
need
りは
some
な
real
い。
quality girls like Leonora.
僕は姿勢と呼ばれる存在だ。聞い
Yeah,
たこ
the
とは
halving design I'm not a big fan of either. Looks like a bit of a copy of
い
Wamdus.
や、知らねえな。
そうか。だがそれも当然か。随分と前に廃れたからな。姿勢というのは師匠。いや、それを生み出した存在である王竜から力を授けられた人間のことだ。そして姿勢の役目はそれぞれに対応した師匠を倒し、その霊老杯を供養すること。
ということはアミさんと同じ気配を持っていたさっきの人たちも姿勢なんですか？
違うな。あいつらは僕の親戚、分家みたいなものだな。僕の家系は清流の霊老杯を代々供養する家系。それゆえに姿勢である僕ほどではないが、あいつらも王竜の恩恵を多少は受けている。
ってことはよ、アミは親戚に狙われてるってことか？
そうだ。いろいろとあってな。本当にどうして僕が選ばれなければ。
Can Cardinal Saints rival the Zodiacs? Not actually sure. Because again, the Zodiacs are mostly just girls. Doesn't feel like they have that much power. These get power from primal beasts directly. Power that can rival primal beasts too. Shin-Chin looks like Dora from Nikke. The Earth Girls look like Mashu from Dude/Other Game. One is a neon-colored Genshin. I don't know, like Chichiri I really liked, with her design especially. This one feels a little bit anonymous, if only for this thing right here. The Havin again looks a bit too much like Wamdus, not that big of a fan of her design. But when it comes to the Earth one, I think I want to see the full art. Yeah, she should be coming at us with horns, if I remember correctly. So, Amy looks down at her weapon with a pained, sorrowful expression.
そういえば、さっきのやつら、アミ。
この武器は我が家に伝わる特殊な武器。そして、姿勢の証にして、当主の証だ。だからこそ、 姉様を担ぎ上げてる親戚たちは是が非でもこれを手に入れたい。姉様こそが正式な当主である。それを証明するためにな。本当無駄。この武器の使い手は王竜が決めることだ。だからこそ僕以外が手に入れたところでどうしようもないというのに。
待ってください。ということはアミさんは親戚の方だけじゃなくてお姉さんからも。
本当に姉様が僕を狙っているのかはわからないがな。姉様を担ぎ上げてる親戚たちが勝手にやってる可能性もある。いや、むしろその可能性の方が高いだろう。姉様は争い事が嫌いだったからな。
怒るのはわかるけど、すっげえ凶悪な顔になってるぞ。
凶悪。いや、いい。怖いってことだろうからな。
Anna in GBF. Well, we had Watame already. It was time to add another one, wasn't it? Now, we should give more half elixirs from events. Half elixirs are some that you can just buy with bronze moons. They give you more than enough free draws that you get bronze moons from them, and then you trade bronze moons for the pots, which is why you never really run out of them.
そんなことよりも、お前たちはすぐにこの島を離れろ。あいつらに僕の連れだって思われたはずだ。あいつらのことだ。間違いなくお前たちを狙ってくる。せっかく清流から助けたのに、僕のせいで傷つくのはさすがに寝覚めが悪い。だから
アミさんはどうするんですか？
僕も姿を隠すさ。面倒事はでき
Oh,
る
they
だけ
still
避けた
haven't
い
fixed
から。
this. Shang-Xian's raids basically do not appear.
一緒にって。それいい考えですね。私たちはいろんなところを旅してますから。だから親戚の方たちに見つかることも。
And we might be jumping the gun a little bit, inviting her over to the ship already.
それにアミには助けてもらったり手当てしてもらった方もあるしな。
何より困っている人を放ってはおけませんから。
本気？いや、正気か？
もちろんです。
The three nod with determination, but are only met by a silent glare.
念のために聞くけどよ、怒ったり気に障ったとかじゃねえよな。正直黙ってるのが一番怖いんだよな。
それでアミさんお返事は？
少し考えさせてくれ。予想外すぎてすぐに答えが出ない。
ああ、もちろんだぜ。それじゃあまた明日来るからよ。その時までに返事を用意しててくれ。
わかった。
Lancho, Lyria, and Virn thank Amy and head back to the Grand Cipher. After they leave, Amy goes to her room and sits on her bed.
ビッグチャンス到来だよ、アミちゃん。もう行くしかないよね。
Ooms?
いやまだ考え中。誰かと一緒に旅なんて考えたことない
The sound effects are
でも
killing me though.
ずっと
The
一人
little
ぼっちは寂
noises.
しいよ。姿勢の子以外にお友達もできないし。
No, but the other saints are mentioned at
それ
least.
は、もっとお友達欲しいよ。だって寂しいもん。
Next day, Dancho, Viren, and Lyria come back to see Amy again.
昨日のお前たちの提案だけど、受けさせてもらおうと思う。僕も逃げる生活にはいい加減、辟易していたからな。
よろしくお願いしますね。
For the GBF website, the expression and the emotion that they're giving is still somewhat the same. But other games, however, the EN feels like there's a different type of person, not the same as JP. Oh god, this Shiga no Konoko. I think that might be just because the translation for the Granblue Fantasy team is completely internal. They do not use a localization team that's not theirs. Not to mention there's not the overtly weird stuff that other localization companies are putting into their own translations.
っていうかよ、この荷物なんだ？めちゃくちゃ量があるんだけどよ。
引っ越し荷物だ。一つ一つは軽い。
じゃあみんなで一気に運んじまうか。その方が早いだろうしな。
Oh god, how long does this go on for?
触るな。僕一人で運
Oh,
ぶ。
it's just 3 minutes.
なんか大切なものなのか？そういうことならしょうがねえな。
Localizer have that rap with justification. Well, especially for what they say on Twitter, to be honest. Like, if the localizers were able to keep their traps shut and not go out and attack actual manga readers, actual video game players for not liking the changes that they make to their translations, the problem would not be this widespread. And yeah, it's gotten to the point where some companies would rather hire fan translators off of their own Discords than rely on proper localizers. And honestly, big props to those companies. With that, Amy briskly starts carrying her things to the Grand Cipher. What's the difference between localizer and translator? Aren't they the same thing? Oh no, absolutely not. A translator will pick the text and try and translate it as closely to the source material as possible. Localizers, on the other hand, well, they think it's their job to make the content that they need to translate more appealing to the Western audiences. Which is why you end up in situations in which, like, one of the Ace Attorney games, if I remember correctly, instead of having Japanese food, they were eating hamburgers at the table. Like, they think that they're there to reduce the amount of cultural clash that you get from reading something that is not made for your culture. But at the same time, me as a player, as someone who wants to enjoy a product made by another culture, I do that to be exposed to that other culture too. I don't care that you're trying to appeal to my sensibilities, because me being a Westerner, I might find something written on the JP side offensive somehow.
しょうがないよ。私たちのこと話せないもんね。
Can we finally get a sprite for this?
秘密にしないとバレたら絶対に変に
So
思わ
Fate
れ
Stay
る
Night, there's no official translation, only fan translation. Does that count as localizer or translation? That's just a translation then. Like, if you want an example of localization, there was the Kobayashi anime, where one of the girls was apparently complaining about the male gaze. I'm pretty sure the Japanese don't even have a word for the male gaze. That was a localizer putting those words into her mouth in order to appeal to the Western liberal audiences. And there's a lot of this stuff. Then you point it out, and they get mad and they scream at you, while also keeping on boasting that they have the power to change the dialogue that they get to translate the way they see fit. And that is what pissing people off the most. Again, if they just kept their mouths shut, they wouldn't face this much backlash. Yeah, that was the patriarchy, the big-chested dragon girl. I don't know why they keep hiring them, especially once people start complaining. Like, even when it comes to memes, like, for some reason, localizers love to put Western memes into Japanese content. And then there's a couple of different situations. So you have the place where that meme just shouldn't be, which is 99% of them. And then you have those little cases in which characters are purposely written to be memetic. Pick, for example, Chloe. Chloe in Granblue Fantasy is written to use phone emojis in her dialogue, which is why a translator is going to be picking up those phone emojis and put them in the English text too. But no, it's a mess, it's a complete mess. And thankfully, some game devs at least are starting to wake up to this a little bit. They see all the controversy, they want no part in it, and they do not hire localizers anymore. I think one of the latest examples was Snowbreak 2. Let's just leave drama behind, get back on focusing on the event, because we could be ranting on this thing for hours and we would never reach the proper conclusion. Amy looks at her now empty room with a smile slightly tinged by sadness. Her expression harbors a secret she cannot bring herself to tell to her new traveling companions. Hopefully this is going to be enough to unlock the next Fate episode too. I might have been a bit slow on the grinding side. Like, another case of really butchered localization was one of the Fire Emblem games, because the localizers wanted to remove quote-unquote problematic dialogue, but in order to do so, they basically just, they didn't even translate it. They didn't even change it. They just cut it out of the game altogether. So in one of the interaction between two characters, that interaction was cut short by a ton. And I mean like 7 or 8 pages of dialogue. That is just a localizer deciding what is right or not for you, player, to read. And that really shouldn't be their job. Because again, I paid for the whole game, I want the whole game to be translated. And you don't get to pick what offends me. Oh, level 5, we should be able to get this done then. A few days have passed since Amy decided to travel with the crew of the Grand Cipher. She has come to a certain town with Dancho, Lyria, and Viren to buy supplies.
この町には以前少しの間だけ滞在していたことがある。だから案内する。次は
The group turns to the source of the voice and sees a child crying walking down the street alone.
お前迷子か。
お父さんとはぐれて。
It feels like we basically just adopted a stray cat
では
somehow.
行くぞ。
Amy takes the child's hand and starts to walk away.
行くってどこに？うわ、お姉ちゃん引っ張らない。
どうした？早く行くぞ。
なんで？
Yeah, looks like the girl needed to socialize a bit more. Letting go of the crying girl's hand, Amy looks at her in shock and confusion.
いやー、傍から見たらほとんど連れ去り犯みたいだったし、泣くのも当然なんじゃねえかな。
Trying to kidnap her?
違う、迷子なら衛兵の詰め所に連れて行こうと思っただけで。
Maybe some mistakes with the genders while writing?
見つけた。こんなところにいたのか。
お父さん助けて、怖いお姉ちゃんが。にゃく、怖いお姉ちゃん。でも怖がられてるならそれでいい。
Oh, poor
だ
thing.
から何なんだよ、その謎の強がりは。
あなたたちは。
Which stray cat? Oh, Amy.
私たち泣いてるその子を見て。
She's behaving way too wildly. It's pretty clear that she's not being socialized, at least not socialized that much.
ただその少し勘違いというか誤解がありまして。
勘違い？誤解？この人たちに何かされたわけじゃないのか？
The man tilts his head and looks at his daughter.
あのね、そこの怖いお姉ちゃんにどこかに連れて行かれそうになって。
Upon hearing the girl's statement, Amy grimaces and lurches back as if she had been struck.
アミ、この姉ちゃんの名誉のために言うけどよ。アミは泣いてたその子が心配で声をかけたんだぜ。で、その子が迷子だって言うか
Please,
ら、
I have no idea
衛
you
兵の
guys are
詰め
queuing
所に
these
連れ
things
て行
up.
こうとしたんだ。
なるほど。
And yeah, if
そういう
this
ことで
thing
すか。
is
すみ
signed
ません。どう
in
やら
some
ご迷惑をおかけしたみ
house,
た
I'm
いで。
afraid that cannot be played. We might get another black screen from TOS's alone.
ほら、この人たちはお前が心配で声をかけてくれたんだ。だからお礼を言いなさい。
でもお姉ちゃん怖い。
すみません。立て続けに失礼なことを。
別にいい。気にしてない。それよりも親なら子供から目を離すの。
はい。以後気をつけます。それでは失礼します。
Like, she's trying to put on a strong facade, but that crumbles way too easily.
怖い。いいけど、いいんだけど。
アミ様、アミ様ではありませんか。
お前たちは。
アミの知り合いか？
ああ、この町に滞在していた時に世話になった人たちだ。それよりもどうしてここにいる？
不審な女性に子供が泣かされていると町の人が通報してきたのです。ですが心配するようなことではなかったようですね。おそらく困っている子供にアミ様が声をかけて泣かれたのでしょう。
I'm going to have to replay through these and do a little bit of a collection of all the weird sounds that Amy's making.
また迷惑をかけた。
いえ、お気になさらず。それにしてもなんだか懐かしい気分です。アミ様がいた時は毎度のごとくこのような通
Looks
報
like
がありま
YouTube
し
is
た
not
から。
letting those through for some reason. Says that the message is held for
や
review.
めろ！団長たちに昔のことを話すのは。
Not sure if it's going to work with the end code though. The guards tell Dancho, Tyria, and Lien about, all kinds of stories about Amy. With each one, her expression bounces between embarrassment and despair.
アミ様、そろそろ私たちは詰め所に戻ります。何かありましたら。すみません、衛兵さん、助けてください。子供が森に入っていってしまって。
森ってこの町の近くの森か。あそこは凶暴な魔物の住処だから入らないよう注意が出てるはずだ。
さっきのことをお説教したんです。助けようとしてくれた人に失礼なことを言うなと。そしたら泣いてそのまま森に。わかりました。では準備ができ次第すぐに救出に。
僕が行く。原因の一端は僕にもあるようだから。
Yeah, but if you go there, the little child is only going to get even
子
more
供が
scared.
傷つくのは寝覚めが悪い。
オイラたちも手伝うぜ。みんなで探せばすぐに。
必要ない。僕一人で十分だ。
With that, Amy runs off towards the forest with tremendous speed.
ダメです、アミさん。一人は危ないですって。
オイラたちも追いかけるぞ。
Yeah, the VID codes work, but it looks like I have to approve of them manually every single time. Because if you don't see it in chat, it's because YouTube is blocking the message automatically. Dancho, Lyria, and Vierne have followed Amy into the forest.
どこに行ったんでしょうか。早く迷い込んだ子を見つけない。
Suddenly, a monster goes flying right before their eyes.
びっくりしました。この魔物に刺さってるよって。
これアミの武器のだよな。ってことはこっちか。
Rio arrives at a clearing and finds Amy defending the unconscious girl from a horde of monsters.
囲まれてます。早く助けないと。
Dancho nods and prepares for battle, but suddenly,
邪魔だ。
yeah, if she has a machine gun, she might not really need our help. Amy fires a barrage of bolts from her crossbow in an unbelievably rapid succession. Each one pierces clearly through a monster's skull.
すごいですね。 るというか。
この数を相手に一人で、しかも全部一発で倒してるじゃねえか。
As the monsters fall one by one to Amy's assault, the trio can only stand there, stunned by the sight.
これで終わり。消えろ。団長？来なくていい。僕はそう言ったはずだ。なんで来た？
For some reason, Amy appears to be afraid as she looks at Tancho, Lyria, and Vierne.
その心配で、それに一人で行って何かあったらどうするつもりだったんですか？ごめんなさい。
This is way too big a shift though. Either she has some sort of mental illness like multiple personality disorder, or once she starts fighting, she basically cannot distinguish friend from foe, which is why she also told us to stay behind. Because you can't be that big of an hard ass and then just go back to being this mellow of a wet cat.
そうじゃなくて、私の戦ってる姿見たいよね。怖いって思ったよね。
Not to mention, the VA is selling this witch really, really damn well.
まあ確かに戦ってるとこは怖かったな。その危機迫る表情だったしよ。
そうか。なら、いいことのはずなんだけど、団長さんたちに言われるときついよ。
But what if we meant that as a compliment?
どうする？団長が怖い。一緒にいたくない。そういうのであれば僕は。
待て早とちりすんなって。確かに怖いって思ったけどよ、もうこっちは慣れちまったぜ。
はい、私たちはアミさんがとっても優しい人だって知ってますから。
Not to mention, we have people who are 20 times as scary on board.
怖いよりは
Both
驚いちゃった
people
だけという
and
か。
monsters.
そっか。団長さんたちはそう言ってくれるんだ。こんな僕でも、無理に怖がられようとする僕でも、団長さんたちは受け入れてくれる。
Failed to this attempt to for solo fire Subaha.
団長さんたちは受け入れてく
Do
れ
you
る
want me to host one for you? You still need practice. Amy laughs as tears start swelling up in her eyes.
なんで怖がられたいんだよ。そんなに無理してまでよ。
それは、話したくないなら話さなくてもいいですよ。話せるようになるまで待ってますから。ありがとう。話せるようになったら
I need to be the one to claim our own host. I won't get the trophy someone else hosts it.
それよりも
Well, I was just saying just in case you need to do more practice.
親が心配してるはずだ。
Again, if you need it, just ask. Nodding in agreement, Dancho picks up the unconscious little girl and the group heads back to town. That was a fast one. level 6, but we're almost done with level 6. Come on. Yeah, this is the worst part about this grind. Yeah, but not only the bipolar disorder, if she really has it, we also still need to figure out what the little dark figure she was talking to is. Not to mention, her coming away from the Qinglong Isle makes it all feel like a bit of a side quest. Because when it came to Chichiri, it was all about Zukwe. Okay, that's our level 7. Throw this in for good measure. Having rescued the little girl, the crew returns to town. Amy crouches down before the child and places her head on her head.
僕が間に合わなかったら、お前は魔物に食べられてた。わかるの？
She's already scared of you. Like this, you're just going to scare her for life.
いや、子供相手に圧と目力が強すぎだろう。
睨んでるようで怖いので、もう少し。
Can I try and borrow your host? I want to see how the fire solo would go.
お説教だから
Sure.
怖くて当然だ。黙っててくれ。
はい。
分かったなら、父親に心配をかけたことは謝れ。いいな。
あとね、さっきはごめんなさい。お姉ちゃんのこと怖いって言って。それとね、助けてくれて本当にありがとう、お姉ちゃん。
ちゃんと言えて偉いな。それと、今日の気持ちを忘れるな。
Is the code? Good luck. The little girl responds to Emmy's instructions with a
お
timid
世話をお
nod.
かけしました。それと子供を助けていただき本当にありがとうございます。
After expressing their gratitude to the crew, the father and his daughters head home, holding hands. Amy silently watches them until they disappear from sight.
仲のいい家族か。いいな。
そういや、アミの姉ちゃんと親戚の話は聞いたけどよ、両親の話は聞いたことがねえよな。やっぱりなんか悪いのか？
そんなことない。仲は良かった。
Ed, are they no longer in the picture?
ですか？
ああ。僕の両親。先代の姿勢であった父様と、その補佐をしていた母様は、清流の討伐に失敗して死んだんだ。
ああ、悪い、
気
Well,
にする必要
similar
はな
story
い。
to Chichiri then.
随分と昔の話だ。それに両親を殺した清流は、僕がこの武器で追い払ったからな。
そういや、その武器ってアミの家の当主の証で、姿勢の証でもあるんだよな。 てことはアミが死生になったのは。
ああ、父様。先代死生の死をきっかけに僕は王竜に選ばれて死生になった。そしてこの武器と死生の力を使って青竜を追い払ったんだ。だがそのせいで僕は周りから化け物を見るような目で見られるようになった。
なんでだよ。アミは両親の敵を取って青竜の被害を未然に防いだんだろ。だったら
青竜の本気の力を前に父様や母様、親戚たちはなすすべもなく倒され死んだ。そんな青竜を僕が死生を継承したばかりの子供が追い払った。その事実を姉様や親戚た
Sorry,
ちは受
post
け入
10
れられ
debuffs
なかっ
early, I failed. Oh, don't worry.
そんな理由で
It's just a host. I will have another one
た。
ready
本当にそう思
on
う。
reset. I'm not
決め
doing
たの
this
は
myself
僕じゃなく
anyway.
て王竜だっていうのに。だから僕は家から逃げ出した。そうしたら今度は罪人扱いされて追われるようになった。
おいおい。
The story of Amy's tragic past leaves the three Skyfarers with pained
その
expressions.
後はずっと逃亡生活ですか？
はあ、最初は他の死生たちに力を借りて身を隠しながらいろんな町を転々としていたんだ。そんな時だった。人の姿をした王竜、師匠の主と出会ったのは。
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. One Long, the master of the Cardinal Beast, appeared to me in humanoid form. We might actually get a playable One Long once these are done. Because yeah, these might be the four saints, but again, light and dark are going to need their own characters. And Huan Long is being mentioned in humanoid form too. That's some pretty heavy foreshadowing.
師匠を倒し霊老杯を供養し続ければ僕の願いは必ず叶う。そう言い残してどこかへと消え去った。
なんだよそれ。都合良すぎだろ。
ああ、僕もそう思う。だが王竜がそんな嘘をつくとは思わないし、何より
Amy's expression turns pensive as she stops talking.
アミさん、
いや、なんでもない。とにかく
During Gigi's grind, was One Long ever teased or just killing? I don't remember either of them being mentioned.
そこには打算もあ
If I
る。
remember Chishiri's fate episode, it was only just her and Zukwe.
自分の願いを叶えるためですか？
ああ、僕は姉様と唯一の家族と昔のような関係に戻りたいんだ。仲の良かったあの時のような関係に。そのためなら僕は。
アミの言いたいことは分かったけどよ。でもその割にアミは青竜を倒してないよな。オイラたちにも依頼が来るぐらいだしよ。
他の
There's
姿勢にプ
killing
レッ
teased
シャー
at
を
the
かけた
end,
くは
Green
な
or
いからな。
Omnius. Oh, right, that's true, but that was just the horse
どういう
form.
ことですか？
I think this is it. Thanks for the stream. Needs to sleep out. Sleep now. Hey, thanks for coming by and hanging out. Have a nice night.
そしてそれゆえに皆自身のお役目から目を背けている。だが僕がお役目を果たせば他の姿勢は動かざるを得ない。内に抱えてるものに関係なく。それは僕としても避けたい。そもそも 僕の願いに皆が付き合う理由なんてどこにもないはずだ。何より僕の願いは逃げない。ならば今は僕よりも他の姿勢の子の気持ちを優先させるべきだ。
へえ。
その顔は何？言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばいい。
いや、やっぱり優しいよなって思ってよ。
アミさんだって大変なのに、他の姿勢さんのことも考えて。アミさんのそういうところ、とっても素敵だと思います。いや、そういうこと言わないで。褒められるのは慣れてないの。
Amy turns away from the three Skyfarers to keep them from seeing her blushing.
にしても王竜はどうしてそんなことを。師匠を倒して霊老杯を供養し続けろなんてことお役目にして姿勢にお願いするんだろうな。
Yeah, especially when Wanlong is the one that made them.
それで王竜になんか得があんのか。目的がさっぱりわからねえな。
王竜自身は何も語らなかった。だから僕も目的は知らない。本当はある程度推測はついてる。あまりにも突拍子すぎるから今は誰にも内容を言うつもりはないけど。
With that, Amy walks off. Her friends hastily followed after her. After they finish their shopping, Amy heads back to her cabin alone.
団長さんたちに私の事情を話しちゃったよ。今まで
And a lot more Amy noises for the collection.
慌てない慌てない。っていうか話してしまった以上どうしようもないって。
それはそうだけど、いや、どうして話しちゃったんだろう。
そんなの決まってるよね。アミちゃんは団長さんのことをチチリちゃんやシュシュクちゃん、ウルキちゃんと同じように
Oh, there they are.
他の姿勢のみんなと同じように信頼してるってことだよ。
私が団長さんは本気を出した私を見ても受け入れてくれた。私のことを心配してくれた。
It's clearly a doll.
お姉ちゃんや親戚たちみたいに
Might be, because we only seen her when she's in her room.
すっごく嬉しかったよね。
Quick, is this an anime opening or not?
信頼しちゃったんだと思う。
Yes, if it's not, I might have to skip it.
でも今の私の姿を団長さんたちが見たらどう思うかな。だって団長さんたちに見せてる僕はやっぱり似合わないって変だって言われるよね。
大丈夫だよ。団長さんたちを信じよう。
Amy nods and hugs her conversation partner tight to her chest. Most definitely a doll then. But yeah, that's pretty cute even though she speaks to inanimate objects. I guess being alone she needed someone to converse to, or at least trauma dump on. Ah, next one is at 9 though. 8.5. Back to grinding we go. They were supposed to have made this thing easier to get through.
おとなしくしても
They
らおう
were supposed to.
にする下げるやり
I'm doing some Zephyrus to see if they drop like Agni last time. They should, it's just that Shangxian should be faster. The only problem is that the raids are not appearing. From the shape of the silhouette, I'm guessing it's a gorilla, plushie, or doll. I don't know, it would feel a bit weird.
さて砂遊びを再開しよう
Then yeah, it's almost definitely a doll or plushie. I don't think she has a little person in there. Unless that's like multiple personalities disorder and she actually sees her younger self. She talks to her younger self in that form. No, 8 to 8, still only halfway there. Yeah, the double drops has made this a little bit slower. This one has 10 people, as if I could get a single summon call done in here. We know it's a physical being because her luggage was large. Not sure if that's a proper clue, but still, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Just after we're done farming a little bit more. Come on, Granblue. Where are the raids?
やりすぎたか
I Swear to God, Trini here is being a real lifesaver. Basically the only reason why I can even farm this event. I've gotten more mats off of Tiny hosts than anyone else. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely getting there. They really need to fix this thing up though, because it's not possible to farm like this. If we still had the tweet deck, it would have been a lot easier to get into these raids. Maybe you had to be a bit faster when it comes to copy-pasting the code, but at the same time you would see all of the raids that were actually available instead of just getting a very small snippet that was reserved to like your area code. Absolutely nothing. This one refreshed into a dead raid a little while ago and we've been getting absolutely nothing here. Hoping that the Dark Grand Weapon is Fandango and bonus damage on top of the Exalto. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Sadly, there's no telling what it's going to have, but it's going to come right up before the Garden fight, and I'm sure Sega Games will want to sell as many of those as possible. Yeah, there's no way I can isolate them like this, it has to be through the event tab in here. We are pretty close though, hopefully that's going to be enough. Okay, 9, perfect. Now we just need one more level and hopefully we can farm this level while we play the Fate episode. The Grand Cipher is docked at a town to let the crew take a day off. Amy is in her cabin looking at the Yuppie that the Dancho had given her.
この霊老杯、やっぱり私の知ってる霊老杯と違う。団長さんたちが手に入れたから。どうしよう。何か嫌な感じがするし、供養するのはやめ。
Suddenly, Amy feels the Yuppie pulse ominously as it starts to glow with a white light. Immediately afterwards, her consciousness is pulled into it.
ここは確か霊老杯に触れて、それから
清流、なぜここに。
Qinglong merely stares motionlessly at Amy, leaving her puzzled.
敵意を感じない。いつもなら僕を見た瞬間に襲ってくるはず。
As if in response to her confusion, Qinglong turns its head to look behind it. Following its gaze, Amy sees something enormous looking down on both of them.
黒キリン。
And that's Killian again. So there's a pretty good chance that the Huanglong and Kilin are at odds with each other, and since the four beasts are Huanglong's creation, the Kilin is trying to instigate them against their creator, or instigate them to cause as much damage as possible. Dancho, Viria, and Lin rush into Amy's cabin. For some reason, however, all three of them freeze the moment they step through the door.
すまない。ちょっと悪い夢を見ただけだ。だから気にしなくていい。
Oh, she's clutching the
可
doll.
愛いのがいっぱい。
So many cutie. Oh, she has a collection of dolls.
ぬいぐるみ好きなんですね。
Test? Hey Ace, welcome. Yeah, that test works.
いや、今もぬいぐるみを抱きしめてるじゃねえか。これは違う。
Amy tries to throw the stuffed animal that Viren is pointing at to the ground. But after hesitating for a moment, she gives up and hugs it close to her chest instead.
投げるなんてやっぱり無理。
More Amy noises as the Moe gap keeps increasing.
アミさん、変だよね。私なんかがこんなにぬいぐるみを持ってるなんて。分かってる
Didn't
の。
expect her to be this timid. Yeah, she only puts up a tough front to scare people away from her.
持ってるし。
どうした？なんていうか、変なものでも食ったのか？
こっちが本当の私なの。団長さんたちに見せてた僕は対人用の私。どういうことですか？この武器に選ばれるまでは私、ごく普通の引っ込み思案の女の子だったの。争いとかとはずっと無縁だっ
Ah,
たし。
that's cute. She's just a sopping wet
花嫁
cat.
修行とかをさせられてた感じで。でも、いきなり当主になったから。だから、これからどうしたらいいのかをウルキちゃん。玄武の霊老杯を供養する役目を持つ姿勢の子に相談したの。
I like that they're teasing the other girls too, but not really the fact that they are ignoring the fact that we already recruited Chichiri. What I'm doing aside from Rest of the Beast tonight, I've been trying to catch up on Wuthering Wave and Star Rail. To farm for Amy soon, shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, they've added the item on top of the feathers from last time. It's slowing the grind down a little bit, but it's actually not that bad. We haven't had that many interruptions. As for the other games, I have a Yinlin waiting for me in Wuthering Waves, but that's going to be tomorrow. One very important thing I still need to do right now is going to be the United Fight preparation for the Dark One. That and trying to farm for Chlorinde, because for some reason I didn't pre-farm anything, so I'm a little bit behind when it comes to maxing her out. And I'm not getting any luck with these raids either. Everyone has 4 to 8 people in it already, and I'm not even going to be able to get a single hit off. Ah, this sucks. Got Erish and Pain and Suffering, so I'll just lag tonight, I guess. I still have to decide whether to buy the Erish or not too. But no, the one thing that scares me the most are the Adastia weapons. Never farmed that raid, not looking forward to farming it. And then I just want to put together a few Magna 3 teams when it comes to the early grinding, Netman 90s and 95s mostly.
そうしたらね、弱気や引っ込み思案だと相手にいろいろとつけ込まれる。強気で圧と目力や表情、言葉だけで相手を怯えさせられるぐらいがちょうどいい。そう教えてくれて。
Yeah, it's peak time for JP, I guess, 1 AM here. That's why the raids are exploding this fast.
他人を巻き込まないために強い言葉を言ってもいいような、みんなに怖がられるような僕を。
ああ、なるほどな。それで無理してでも怖がられようとしてたのか。
怖がられてるかを確認したり、怖がられてもこれでいいとか言ってたのも、それが理由なんですね。
Later post needs sleep. Hey, thanks for coming by and have a good rest. See ya later.
誰かが傷つくのは嫌だもん。だから。
With Amy's confession, a lot of things start to make more sense to the three Skyfarers.
その、辛くありませんでしたか？そんな風に辛いことを自分に言い聞かせるなんて。うん。すごく辛かった。何度も隠れて泣いちゃったこともあるもん。でも、対人用の僕の時は弱みを見せたらダメだって言われてて、私もそう思ったから。だから精一杯我慢して取り繕うしかなくて。
いや、取り繕えてなかっただろう。ちょちょい骨が漏れ出てたしな。
Don't remind her. She's going to disappear from right in front of us.
だって怖がられるの辛いしショックなんだもん。私たちが思ってる以上に傷ついてたみたいですね。
おいら、怖いだの、圧が強いだの、何度も言っちまって、すまねえ。
気にしなくていいよ。私が仕向けたことだから。でもやっぱり気持ち悪いよね。自分でも分かってるもん。二重人格みたいだって。その上、可愛いものが大好きでこんな性格だなんて。
好きなら好きでいいじゃねえか。
On one side, there's absolutely no problems with her liking cute things. On the other, again, we had way scarier people around us. As Amy looks at the trio, unsure if she can believe them, they nod reassuringly.
そっか。よかった。くるみの言ってた通りだった。だから言ったでしょ、アミちゃん。
Amy speaks to her stuffed animal, then immediately starts acting out in its response.
アミさん
Okay, the ventriloquism might be a bit much.
私ね、今までずっと一人だったから寂しくて。だからぬいぐるみを友達にしてお話しするようになったの。
なんていうか、アミってオイラの思ってた以上に面白いやつだったんだな。
Amy squirms, then clutches her stuffed animal to her face as if to hide it. Dancho, Lyria, and Virn look upon her embarrassment with kind expressions.
ノック、誰か来たのか？
気をつけてください。この気配、あの時の襲撃者さんと同じ気配です。
Yeah, but it can't be one of them. Grand Cypher should still have some sort of protection. Lyria warning caused Dancho and Amy to take up their weapons and prepare for battle.
おいおい、まさか船の中にまで入ってくるなんて。どうする？
Unless it's actually Huan Long in his human form.
開ける。ノックをするということは少なくともいきなり襲ってくることはないはずだ。何？言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばいい。
いや、さっきとは全然違うなって思ってよ。というか、おいら別にそのままでもいいと思うんだけどよ。
無理だ。人前だと勝手に意識が切り替わる。
難儀だな。まあいいや、それじゃあ開けるぞ。
Well, that just means that she's going to have a personality that she's only really going to show to us then. After making sure that everyone is ready, Deern carefully opens the door.
久しぶりだな、簒奪者。元気そうで何よりだ。
How the hell did you even get on this
そ
ship?
れはお前たちに命を狙われている僕に対しての皮肉か？
好きに捉えるがいい。
それでのこのこ姿を現してどういうつもりだ？やり合うというなら。
単刀直入に言う。清流が復活し、その討伐に向かった姉君様が敗北した。そしてその行為に怒り狂った清流は進路を本家のある島へと向けた。
なんでそんなことをした？いや、そもそもなぜ姉様が清流の討伐に？
俺たちとは別の親戚どもが姉君様をそそのかしたのさ。闘士たるもの清流を戦うのは使命だ。
Sorry about the dog.
こうなるのが分かってたからこの武器を渡さないようにしてたのに。
それで姉様はどうなった？
大怪我を負ったが命に別状はない。
Yeah, as she went out without the peridot bow either. The attacker reluctantly lowers himself to his knees and bows down before Amy.
ゴーハラだが頼む。もう簒奪者、いやアミ様しか頼れないのだ。このままでは清流によって町の人たちだけでなく姉君様も犠牲になってしまう。貴様もそれは避けたいだろう。だから
虫のいい話だぜ。アミを狙ってるくせ
I,
に
I guess he could have
困ってる
acted
時だけ頼
just
りに
as
するなんて。
if he was a messenger, but still, there should be people on the ship
いい
preventing
だろ
outsiders from getting into it.
礼を言う。
いいのか？こんな勝手なことを言ってんのに。
この人たちや姉様がどうなろうとどうでもいい。でも無関係の町の人たちが傷つくのは寝覚めが悪い。ただそれだけだ。それに個人的に少し確認したいことがある。
そういうことならいいけどよ。あとオイラたちも一緒に行くからな。
ありがとう。頼りにさせてもらう。
Crew of the Gun Cipher returns to Eastern Solitary to face King Long.
おいおい、なんかこの前の時よりも風やら雷やらが強くねえか？
それだけじゃありません。清流の気配も今まで以上にすごくはっきりしてます。
師匠は姿勢に反応して本来の力を取り戻す。つまりこれが本当の清流だ。それよりも来る。
Suddenly, a menacing roar echoes across the skies. Shortly after, King Long appears before the crew with many enormous tornadoes at its side.
王竜の命役のもと、姿勢が一人として相手になる。
Okay, so massive wind damage to a foe, one turn cut to enemy skill cooldowns. First one for hit damage to a foe, hit to defense and multi-attack rate, 6 turns cooldown.
射抜いてみせる。
10 hits, removes 1 buff from all foes. At least it has 1 dispel, that's something. Based on the highest debuff count among all hits, hit number increases to 20. And this one is various debuffs. There's not even a tooltip here. And the... oh, that's nice. The skill animation looks like the charge attack when done with the Peridot.
ここは僕の距離だ。
Is it the final enemy fate by the way, or is it still in the middle? We're up to level 9. But Amy's fates have been a lot more about her own backstory rather than what was going on with the poor beasts here.
土のぬくもり伝えます。資源の竜、闇の炎の子。汝の名はバカメーター。
どう射抜いてみせる。射抜いてみせる。
Oh yeah, mind you, the first skill autocast on normal attacks, that's pretty nice too. I thought it was at the end of the turn. Instead it's on normal attacks. If you can give her double strike, that's 2 extra casts every single turn. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. She has very fierce competition though. Yes, if she wants to deal damage, she's up against Granblue. And I'm pretty sure Granblue is not getting dethroned anytime soon. How would you rate her fate so far compared to the one before her? I like Chichiri a lot more. Yes, with Chichiri we went over the Four Saints story, we went over her own personality a little bit, and we went over a lot when it comes to Zuko's own stuff. Like the reason why this beast rampage why the Four Saints need to calm them down, a little bit of the Four Saints lineage, and so on and so forth. When it comes to Amy, I don't know, I think a huge part of it felt like a bit of a side quest. Like we met her in the first fight against Qinglong, then we basically brought her away from the island, and there wasn't really much happening there until we went back right now. That was just a bit of an exploration of her own character. We got a little bit of her backstory, and that's basically it. So unless they put, unless they can pull something cool in here, like giving us more of the killing involvement against the four beasts and against Wanlong, then yeah, these Fate episodes is likely going to fall short in terms of quality compared to Chichiri's ones. Amy fires a bolt imbued with devastating power at Qinglong's head. The shot flies through and pierces straight through its target. Sancho, visibly exhausted but relieved that the ordeal is over, nods in agreement.
それはない。僕が、姿勢がいなければ、師匠は本来の力を出せなくなる。その代わり、霊老杯は手に入らない上、倒せば倒すほど力を増していくとも言われてる。確か、倒した師匠の残滓が蘇った師匠に吸収され、その力を上げるとかなんとか。そんなことをウルキが言っていた。
そうなんですね。
それよりも、やっぱりあったか。
Amy makes her way to the spot where Qinglong was defeated and picks up the Yupei.
それ、霊老杯ですか？そういえば、何か調べたいことがあるって言ってましたよね。
ああ、それを今から確かめる。ルリア、もし青龍以外の力や気配を感じたら、僕に教えてほしい。
あ、はい。
Amy takes the old Yupei from her pocket and brings it close to the one that she just picked up. The two ornaments begin resonating and a mysterious white light engulfs her.
またここか。団長たちも。いないか。ということは、姿勢である僕だけが招き入れられた。それで合ってるか？
Suspicion in her eye, Amy shifts her gaze to the beast before her. However, it gives her no answer, soaring silently into the sky instead. Once it disappears from sight, a dark, sinister power surrounds Amy.
この暗い気配、それに全身が総気立つほどの力。やっぱり、あれは僕の気のせいじゃなかったか。なら、いるんだろ、黒麒麟。
Yep, that's Kirin alright.
着入に聞く。何をするつもりだ？
Suddenly, Amy's vision is filled with a light so bright that she closes her eyes. And when she opens them again, she finds herself back with the crew.
おい、ハ
どうなっていた？
ミ霊老灰が光った瞬間に倒れたんだよ。しかもどんだけ
To be honest, I'm hoping we get a saint for
目を覚まさないしよ。
Huanglong and Chilin. The saints are only 4, but when it comes to Huanglong and Chilin, they might have human forms that they can take to roam the world. Because apparently Huanglong appeared in human form in front of Amy. And that's where she got her mission to go stop Qinglong. So 4 saints are just going to be the 4 saints, but Huanglong and Chilin are going to be their own thing. Very likely just going to be their own thing.
すまない。心配をかけた。
So grand
何
material?
があったんですか？さっき
It sounds
霊
very
老
early
灰
for
の
it to
中
be
から
grand material though.
すごく暗い力を感じて。
詳しいことまではわからない。だが多分、霊老灰の中に意識だけが取り込まれたんだと思う。
Amy looks at the Yuppie with concern on her face. In contrast, Dancho, Lyria and Virn can express only bewilderment at the turn of the events. Now please tell me I have enough for the 10th stage. Okay, fantastic.
とりあえず清流も倒しましたし、一度戻りませんか？
そうだな。ってそういや霊老灰は供養しねえといけねえんじゃなかったか？
今までならそうだ。でも、しばらくはやめておく。
どうしてだよ。
僕は以前、王竜にこう言われた。
And all done in less than 500 shanks and badges.
王竜自身が作り出したものだと。だが、さっき僕はこの霊老灰の中で黒麒麟の意志を感じた。それにさっきのあの光景も気になる。まるで霊老灰を供養するたびに黒麒麟の力が強大になっていってるような。考えすぎかもしれないが、霊老灰を供養することは黒麒麟に力を与えることなのかもしれない。
いやでもよ、霊老灰の供養って今までもしてきたことなんだろう。なのに誰も気づかなかったのか？
僕たちは伝承に従って供養をしてきただけだ。多分だが、どこかのタイミングで代々引き継いできた伝承がすり替わった。いや、書き換えられた。もしくは最初から間違っていたかのどちらかだろう。
チリちゃんは知らないかな。あの子にそんな余裕はないと思うし。
Chichiru-chan doesn't really have that many problems though. She's with us on this ship already.
何か知ってるはず。
どちらにしても全ては黒麒麟が知ってるはずだ。
Either I forgot or I missed it. Did you already encap Amy?
僕は黒麒麟に問いたださなければならない。何を考えているのか、何をしようとしているのかを。そして黒麒麟が僕の願いの邪魔をするなら、 僕の願いを壊そうとするなら、その時は僕が黒麒麟を撃つ。
Amy grips her weapon tightly with a determined expression on her
ってこと
face.
はとりあえず次の目的は黒麒麟と王竜
Oh,
の居
thank
場所を
God.
探すってとこか。
ですね。
いいの？
当たり前だろ。アミはオイラたちの仲間なんだからな。
そうですよ。一人で探すなんて寂しいこと言わないでください。
I almost got scared there for a second.
ありがとう。
Upon hearing her friends unhesitatingly commit to help her, Amy's face breaks into an elated smile. Having defeated Kinlong, the crew returns to the Grand Cipher. Amy has parted with the trio and is alone in her cabin.
よかったね、アミちゃん。これでこの先も団長さんたちと一緒に旅をすることができるね。
それにしてもお姉ちゃん、大丈夫かな？命に別状はないってあの人が言ってたけど、心配だよ。
きっと大丈夫だよ。でも早く仲直りしたいね。
No, it's the sister. The sister will leave, but she's still worried.
そのためにも黒麒麟の動向はちゃんと調べないと。
あと家の問題のことも考えないといけないよね。
そうだね。あの人がお姉ちゃんとかに団長さんたちのことを話したら絶対に狙ってくるだろうし、それにお姉ちゃんもこのままだと危ないと思うから、本当にどうしよう。この武器は渡せないし、かといって今さら私が戻っても、考えることが多すぎるよ。
You got Ninja Girl? Yeah, apparently so. I got a little bit lucky with a few pulls on her banner. Amy heaves a deep sigh and dives into the bed. The impact causes some stuffed animals to fall down in front of her.
そういえばこの子たちのことまだみんなに紹介してなかった。みんな今日から新しい家族が増えるよ。仲良くしないとダメだからね。
She's going to die from cringe. Upon hearing Lyria's voice from behind her, Amy slowly turns around. Everyone heard
団
that.
長さんたち、いつからそこに？
早く仲直りしたいねとか言ってるあたりからだな。っていうかよ、部屋のドア開いたままだったぜ。
Amy lets out an embarrassed scream and hides her face with a stuffed animal.
一人芝居はいいけどよ、そういうことするならドアは閉めといた方がいいと思うぜ。
なんでこのタイミングで。っていうかドアが開いてたなんて私のバカ。
Dean's remark causes Amy to turn beet red and curl up into a ball. Dancho, Bjorn, and Lyra can't help but smile at their new friend's sheepishness. And that's the last upgrade. That's also that we are done with the rest of the beast. Amy-san's collection is going to take a little while to collect though. Okay, this means that we should have the full kit available right now. Just going to need to level her up real quick. And thankfully, pro skips help just with that too. Yeah, last couple of galas I've gotten a little bit lucky because these are all new units. And I'm the person who said no more YOLOing this year. Now, if they really release Orologia in 10 days, I'm probably going to go mad. I only have like half a spark saved up. I should really try and not roll, but if it's Orologia, how the hell are you even supposed to do that? This month and the next will drain me dry. Yeah, and they haven't even released skins yet. Okay, let's see. Massive wind damage to a foe, 1 turn cut to Amy skill cooldowns. First one goes down to 6 turns already. 4 hit wind damage to a foe, hit to wind defense and multi-attack rate, stackable. There is 3 debuffs on first skill. Not just the wind defense that she starts with. Then hit wind damage to random foes, removes 1 buff from all foes. Based on the highest debuff count among all foes, hit number increases maximum of 20. Looks like this did not get changed. 12 turn cooldown feels a bit long too. But you should be able to do like 3 to 4 charge attacks during these 12 turns, which means 12 turns really goes down to 9 thanks to her charge attack here. Third one, various debuffs to all foes. Thankfully it also shares the cooldown with the second skill, so on full auto you're always going to cast Azure Tornado first and Hail of Bolts second. Anything cool in here? Attack and defense, these are likely going to be single stacking with Miserable Mist. Special attack lowered, special attack damage lowered, charmed and debuff resistance is lowered. Weird that they didn't put some 1 turn stun or paralyze in here, especially with a 12 turn cooldown. For what game for skins? Pretty sure it's still going to be Granblue Fantasy. We might get some new skins coming this summer. Passive wise, infallible shooter, low HP when a foe has debuffs, chance to activate scat rending shot after normal attacks. Chance increases based on the number of foes debuffs, as well as a 10% boost to Storm Whim weapon skills, which also takes effect when she's a sub-ally. This is one of the most important passives for all these characters. The only thing that sucks is that Wind doesn't have the playable Raphael yet, so there's a 20% boost to the skills that's missing. And yeah, my grid doesn't look all that great. Let's see how can we upgrade this. Because we've got to put the daggers in if we want to go with double Tiamat. Same. Yeah, sadly, wind is one of those grids that I left behind. I farmed everything for light the moment it came out. Then I started farming a little bit of dark for the Jordan fight. But that's basically it. The other raids I've only been doing a little bit of dailies. The only reason I started farming wind was for this specific case scenario. If we use these, we're not going with crits. We're not going with crits, we might want to use something else for HP. On the bright side, these two will still give a little bit of voltage when it comes to the dagger as well. Now, still missing a second dagger, so the damage supplemented is only 50k instead of 100. But looking at all the multi-hits we'll be doing, I'm pretty sure I want to keep this here. This one might go. Inlong Spear might go. We're getting a ton of damage cap from these two weapons, so we should be sort of fine like this. I wonder, because this is just more EX multiplier on top of a normal one, and we should have enough weapon skills to proc this. This should really go to a third gun though, a third gun which I currently don't have. Let's just put this in for now. Yeah, nowhere near perfect for a grid, but it's just for a quick damage test. Mana Diver, I think I want to keep. Menatura, it's got to be Ouroboros though. I needed to change this thing anyway. And yeah, sure, let's just try her out like this. Only problem is going to be the EMPs. Oh, come on, really? Upgrade, eat a couple of books. The attack, some debuff success, only one skill cap though. Would have loved to see a little bit more in here. And I'm not sure I want to spend these gems, but let's just pick skill cap for now. Here, Ring has got to be skill cap too. Either that or just more debuff success. I guess we can keep the stamina, because I need these for the Dark Jordan fight. These should really be supplemented damage though.
願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。
Then just a +8 or +9 is going to be more than fine.
頑張るって決めたんだ。願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。願いを叶えるその時まで頑張るって決めたんだ。
Well, stamina it is then. I don't really want to waste too many mats on her. Exact same case like Chishiri. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Chishiri was also dealing a lot of skill damage. Skill damage and multi-hits. Oh, and of course all these get summed to Vampy's own debuffs. Okay, that's 16 million damage with the second skill. $4 million damage free auto nuke with the normal attack and 16 million damage with the second skill. That doesn't sound all that bad. Problem is she has very little utility. The charge attack animation is also quite alright. Now, I think if they wanted to do something nice, they could have put the dispel on the skill 1, so that she could be dispelling every turn after the auto attack if the enemy has enough debuffs on. So on skill 2 it's once every 9-10 turns, and that feels a bit too slow in that case. Multi-attack down on skill 1 is fantastic though. But yeah, if you are a new player and you don't have a very large collection, this is literal gold. Yeah, HP is a little bit lower, and 10k less is a lot, But she also brings a ton of debuffs, so the enemy doesn't really do that much damage to you. Doing the attack down, multi-attack down, stackable, as well as the blind and special attack damage down. I don't really have any sustain in this team, and they're still alive at around 50%.
刻むあなたの隣には私がいる。お静かに
ドキドキブラッディフェスティバル
I don't know, like, just like with Chichiri, I get the feeling that these characters are being released as the grounds for a future 5-star. And that future 5-star might actually come sooner than expected. I think we might start seeing the first 5-star release like next year at the earliest. Either that or they just release them all 4 altogether.
邪魔しないで
Because damage-wise it's fine, debuffs it's a lot and that's fine, but she doesn't have stuff like guaranteed triple attacks, she doesn't have self-echoes, she doesn't have self-boosts for extra supplemented damage. She only has 1 dispel that is kind of on a long cooldown. So again, that's a good base to start off of, but she's still missing so many features that could make this unit really shine and really be a lot more useful when it comes to more endgame content. Because if it's like this, then this is basically just for Yggdrasil high level. I'm not sure you want to bring her around more or in other raids after this.
そして勝利響き踊れ
手加減はしない。
Like, maybe we can take her in a Bab's raid? But for the others, I don't know, because no one really has the requirements for what she offers. To be honest, despite being free, I used Chichiri quite a bit on the front. Oh no, the problem is not that she's a free unit. Because there can be free units that are really damn strong, just look at the Eternals. And they kept some of the Eternals in the high meta by giving them Transcendencies. Oh, thanks Hugo. So yeah, she's cute, she's kind of fun, she has a nice personality, but kit-wise I do think she's a little bit underwhelming. They could have done a lot more with her. Which is why, again, I think this is basically just grounds for a 5-star. Still, there's 2 more characters missing from the 4 Saints, and we'll have to see what they're going to do with this. But for now, I think that's going to be it for me for the moment. It's getting pretty late, I should go start preparing dinner as well. So as always, thanks a lot for coming by and giving me company during this grind, and see you guys around soon. Ciao!